Hello, everyone. Another scary story or ghost story. Um, in my last apartment before I moved out here to this wonderful home of mine, and it is mine, I lived in a senior citizen disabled community apartment complex. And needless to say, I was there for 8 years and I knew six people who had passed away. One shot himself in the chest. He was a really good guy. And it was the day after the Las Vegas shooting. And so everybody was still up in. Everybody was in turmoil because of what happened in Las Vegas. This was 2016 or 17. Yeah, something like that. So, anyway, and he shot himself in the chest. He was in a lot of pain and he just couldn't take it anymore, I guess. And yeah, a lot of people were hurt that day because he was a really good guy. He helped everybody as much as he could in the complex. So, the apartment I lived in, my closet in my bedroom was completely a portal to all kinds of spirits. It scared the crap out of me. I hated it. Um, so I'd be on my computer, which I usually did a lot, and so my cat and I, my little bit, she'd be on the bed or on her little bed up here above me, and or beside me. I'm trying to. I look really fat. I mean, I'm trying to not look so fat. Anyway, um, I'm on my computer, blah blah blah, watching videos or whatever, and she's just laying there, and all of a sudden I hear across the closet door. I turned around and looked, and she woke up and looked. Um, that place was super creepy. I had a dream a few months before I moved that my mom was in the closet, and so the dream went as such that I opened up closet door and my mom was standing there, and I was like, man, I don't know if this is my mom or if this is a demon trying to pretend like they're my mom. And so she comes out and she gives me a hug, and I could feel her. I could feel her skin. I could just everything. She was there. It was real. It was her. And so, I mean, my dreams with my mom are really vivid. Um, they're real. They seem so real. And so we were like on Haight Street because we used to go there to eat all the time, different restaurants. And so we ended up back in my apartment here in Arizona, and she was sitting on the bed next to me, and we were talking. And she said she had to go, and I'm like, Mom, do you really have to go? And she said, we're only allowed to visit for a short amount of time, but I'll be back. And I gave her a hug again. I told her I loved her. And I could feel her skin. I mean, it was just so real. And I could smell her, and I could just feel her. I like those dreams. I like when she first passed away. Um, I would tell her, "Mom, you're dead." For the first three dreams I had of her after she passed away, she came to me, and it was like almost every night she was coming to me, because we had this. After my grandmother passed away, my mom used to tell me that that grandma was in her apartment, and she'd be in the kitchen making noises and stuff. And grandma used to come to me in my dreams, let me know she was all right. So, mom and I knew that after you die, your body dies, but your spirit lives on. And we had this connection. We had this belief. We both believed that once you die, you can come back. So the first three dreams I had of my mom, I would tell her, she'd be sitting on the couch in her apartment. I'd say, Mom, you're dead. And she'd say, No, I'm not dead. I'm like, okay, whatever. And then the second time I told her again, Mom, you're dead. And she's like, No, I'm not dead. And I'm like, all right, okay. So the third time I told her she was dead, she goes, I am not dead. And at the time, before she passed away, we were in the process of trying to find a place to live because the building that she lived in for 30 years plus, the owners had passed away. And so the nephew became the owner of the property and he wanted to sell it, of course. And my mom was disabled, extremely ill. Um, and I kept begging her to go to the hospital. And she kept saying, I'll go. After we move, I'll go. I'll take care of everything. If she would have just went to her doctor, she would have found out that she needed a blood transfusion because it's really weird. My mom was in her 60s and she used to claim that she was spotting, and spotting for women means you're menstruating or something like that. And for a 60-some-year-old woman, she shouldn't have been having those kind of things. So what she was doing is she was losing blood. And if she would have just went to the doctor, she would have found out that all she needed was a blood transfusion. No, instead she was afraid. I'm assuming that she was thinking that she had cancer like my grandma. Grandma was out of breath. Mom was out of breath. Grandma was like really lethargic a lot of the time. Mom was lethargic, and so I'm assuming that mom thought she had cancer. So anyway, the third dream came. So all her organs were thriving and trying to get blood, and there wasn't enough blood. But anyway, I'll tell you that in a second. So the third dream I had of her, I told her she was dead. And she goes, "No, I am not dead. Look for me down in the garage because a lot of her stuff was down there. You know, like I said, we're in the process of trying to find a place to live, and so when we pack up some boxes, we take them down to the garage. So it made sense. Something hit me inside. Okay, your body's gone, but you're still here, which is good because I need you. So anyway, after she had passed away, the doctor gave me the results of why she passed away, the autopsy and stuff, and found that she was 4 pints short of the blood you need in your body to survive. So, yeah, that was that. And ever since, mom's come to me in my dreams every once in a while. I mean, I'm not really sure when she comes to me. I mean, like, I'm not sure, like, if I'm stressed or something, she'll come to me, or if I'm missing her, she'll come to me. I don't know about that. I just know that she's come to me a lot in my dreams, and so is my grandmother. I'm grateful because that's what kept me going, knowing that after we leave this planet, our bodies, our earthly bodies, after we leave, we're still here. Okay? Believe that. And before Grandma passed away, she looked in the corner and she said, I'm not ready to go. Okay? So I don't know who she was talking to, but as I was trying to lay her down, she had a massive heart attack in my arms, but she was looking me straight in the eyes, and she died. She left. Her body gave out. Now, I thank God she didn't suffer for a long time, but it was enough. And I started thinking about things. That was in 2000, April 2000, April 19th, 2000. And ever since, I've been questioning, and that's when I start realizing that, hey, we're still here. And then, I moved to Kentucky from San Francisco or the Bay Area, and I realized that I had some sort of gift where I can see and hear people's loved ones or friends or whatever, and I could give them messages and stuff. But also, I could feel how they were dying. One of my ex girlfriends, her parents had a house in Louisville, and they bought another house in Marengo, in Indiana, and it was just across the bridge. And so my girlfriend was living in their first house, and the house was kind of haunted. She'd see red eyes staring at her all the time at night. So I did a ghost session for her. I sat on the floor because I didn't want to be pulled down like I had before. It's really hard to do this. And so I sat on the floor. I meditated for a few moments, and I allowed myself to hear and see who was there. And I was having really bad chest pains, and I fell onto the floor. I was already sitting, so I just flopped over, and my chest was killing me. The person who had died in that house had a heart attack and died. So she called her parents the next day, and she asked if anybody had passed away in that house, and they told her, yeah, the guy John passed away in the driveway of the house. So that was who it was. And so I did I don't know, a handful, maybe two handfuls of more ghost sessions with people. And I mean, after that, all her friends wanted me to come to their houses, and and then I broke up with her and met another woman, and she wanted me to do it too, and it was just incredible. It was weird. But I stopped doing it because it was taking a toll on my body and my mental health as well. Um, I suffer from depression and anxiety, and it just added more to me. So I stopped doing it. I shut that part of my. I try to ignore it and shut it off, and I hadn't done it 15 years later, and so yeah, here I am doing ghost sessions again. But I haven't. I mean, I went to the Benelli house and I felt Mrs. Benelli there, and I really wanted to go and do a private session, but I wasn't allowed to because the city owned the property, and they said no. So whatever. So anyway, I want to thank you all for watching this video. It's wow, 13, almost 14 minutes long. Thank you. I love you. Stay strong. Um, Please like, subscribe, comment, and share. And I'll see you on the next ghost story. Take care. Bye.